Hey guys, so we just saw the mid-season finale for The Walking Dead, and it was a pretty solid mid-season finale. I did enjoy the episode for the most part, and I'll talk about the things that I really did like. All the stuff that happened immediately after the tower fell. I thought all of the imminent danger felt really good. The scenes with Maggie trying to get up the the ladder onto that platform was very suspenseful. Obviously, I don't want to say I didn't think that they would kill her, but you just don't know. With Glenn coming back and then her dying, that would have been kind of crazy. So you just never know what they're going to do. But she made it up on top of the platform successfully, and she'll live to see Glenn at some point. And then, of course, we had Deanna stepping in to help Rick as he was trying to get away, and this all the zombies coming in at once was pretty crazy. I like that quiet, like when they showed the tower crash and then you just saw the smoke and then you just slowly saw the zombies start making their way into Alexandria. I like that silence that was there. That happened a couple times in the episode where there was all this heightened moments and then there was just real quiet so you could just feel the eeriness. And I really like that. So of course we had Rosita, Tara, and Eugene, oh my god, they all ran into a garage, which was quickly surrounded by the zombies, which looked like a really cool scene when they closed down the hatch of the door. And then you just saw all the hands like at the top of the window. I thought that was really creepy. And so, of course, everybody runs into the homes because that's what you should do. But Jessie and her kids, I swear to God, her son Ron was just nuts, and of course tried to go after Carl in this episode when they were in the garage. And of course he creates a bigger problem because he breaks out a window and then the zombies come and make their way into the garage. Now they're into the house, and of course they've created a far worse situation than they were in. So of course Rick and the gang have to resort to Michonne tactics, which we saw in season 3 when we first met her and we see her walking amongst a lot of the zombies, and you're like, what the? And because she put the dead zombie guts all over her so that way they thought she was one of them and they wouldn't attack her. So of course Rick implements this strategy so that they can get them out of the house because they're just not going to survive if they try to stay in the home. So Deanna sadly got bit in this episode and she's slowly dying. And I like how she goes out. She kind of goes out in a blaze of glory, just sort of showing that she didn't get defeated by them. She ended up going out on her terms with the way she wanted to go. She wouldn't let Michonne kill her. She wanted to put a bullet in her head and end it herself, but she hears the zombies coming up the stairs and she opens the door and rinses off a couple bullets into their heads, and she just screams at the end, and I thought that was a great shot. We didn't see her son in this episode, and so, you know, poor guy, Spencer's going to be left with just himself. He had a brother, he had a mom, he had a dad, and now it's just him. So he kind of got hit with a lot of carnage ever since Rick and his people showed up in Alexandria. So, of course, we also had Carol going up to Morgan and confronting him as to who was locked in the basement, and then they end up locked in the same house with the guy. She makes her way down into the room. There's this big standoff. And I'm like, Morgan, come on, man. Like, why are you wasting your energy on this wolf? Like, he's just not worth it. And of course, we see that at the end because Morgan and Carol get into a fight. They both, or she gets knocked out by Morgan, and then the wolf knocks Morgan out, and then he takes the other girl hostage, the doctor hostage. Tara, Rosita, and Eugene come through just in time, but then he commands them to drop their guns. They do. They walk out the house. I mean, I don't know where he thinks he's going. I mean, he's toast, but I have a feeling that's not the last we're going to see of him and his menacing wolf self. He kept saying, you know, you guys don't deserve to be here. You're all going to die. This place isn't yours. So, you know, I don't know what these wolves really want at the end of the day, but they're just going to try to take everybody out and then do what? Like, I just don't understand. They're gross. They're smelly. They haven't brushed their teeth in forever. God, whatever. I don't know what I can say about those guys, but they're just not nice people. Yeah, so of course, Michonne checked in with Deanna a couple times, and she basically, Deanna kept saying to her, "What is it that you want?" Michonne was telling her that she saw the plans, she thinks that she can make it work even after all of this, and she kept asking Michonne, "What is it that you want? Figure out what it is that you want." And Michonne was like, "I will," and so that was sort of like her last few words to Deanna. So it looks like, we'll see a new Michonne probably in the second half. She's probably going to come up with what it is that she wants out of all of this. Is it a family? Is it, to live this life that Deanna wanted? Because that's what she really did. She wanted Alexandria to work. She was one of the few out of Rick's group that actually wanted to make it work there. So, I have a feeling she'll try to take over where Deanna left off and try to make a go of this Alexandria place if they can. Then we also had some Glenn and Eden moments, and I was like, ugh, just leave her. She's so annoying. Like all these people, what do they want these big speeches for you to save their lives? It's like if they don't want it, deuces. Like Glenn again being like, "Oh, I'm not gonna leave you. If you want to leave, just stay." I'm like, oh my god, just go, get in there, be with your pregnant wife, and enough of this. Enough of this chatting back and forth. Just get in there. So we see at the end he makes it into a tree with Enid, and they look over the fence and they can see, or he can see Maggie on the top of the platform, that she's still alive, and obviously he's very happy and relieved to see this, but he's not out of the woods yet because he's not in there safe and sound, and like we saw, there's zombies everywhere. So that scene at the end, when those guys all put the zombie guts all over them, which was pretty cool. They start making their way out, but before they do, Jesse's having a conversation with her younger son Sam, who's, look it, I get it. He's completely traumatized. He's what, 11 years old. He's just, he's not meant for the. He's like Eugene. He's like the young version of Eugene, useless, and he just won't snap out of it. And I felt like saying, look. Get your ass in here and get going. Like, enough of this. I don't want to do it. Enough of these, like, cookies on your floor with ants swarmed all over them. And I think that was a really good metaphor for, what was about to happen with the horde of zombies coming in. Because it's like, once there's a breach, once one finds a way down, the rest of the ant army's going to come and just try to glom onto that cookie. And that was basically Alexandria was the cookie. And once that tower fell, the horde just made its way through, and now they're not leaving. So, they finally do what they made. They start walking through the house, nice and slow, getting past, the zombies, and now they're outside on the porch, and they see everybody. There's tons of zombies, and now they're trying to make their way through the horde. And then, of course, Sam starts going, "Mom, Mom, Mom, zip it, kid." Not only do you have to act like you're a zombie, you can't talk because zombies don't talk. So yes, that is how we left off this episode, with Rick and about 5 or 6 of them all walking with zombie guts, trying to make their way out of this home anyway, hopefully to try to get into another one where they can try to wait it out. And we've got Glenn and Enid coming over the fence, and we've got Deanna basically saying so long, farewell, and she's going to go meet her husband in the afterlife. So we didn't get to see Daryl or Sasha or Abraham in this episode. They're still somewhere in their cars. But hopefully when the show returns, now that everybody is almost all together again, we'll have no more of these, just an episode about these two and just an episode about those two. Let's just have an episode and focus on our group as a whole, okay? I would really like to get back to that. Okay, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you thought of this week's episode of The Walking Dead. And leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And I will definitely see you when the show returns in February. Wow, that's a long time from now. But yeah, it'll be worth the wait. Okay, guys, leave a comment, and I'll see you later.